to the Gabba for all the action of 4X QAFL Grand Final Day 1991. The climax of a super season once again sees the might of Southport pitted against arch-rivals Morningside, a replay of last year's premiership decider. The Sharks won that one, and if they win today, will grab their third consecutive flag and sixth since joining the competition 8 years ago. Morningside are the competition bridesmaids. They've been in 5 of the past 9 grand finals, but are still chasing their first premiership since 1965. Could this be the year of the Panther? Hello and welcome to QAFL Grand Final Day 1991. We've got a scorcher here at the Gabba. It's about 30 degrees today, and that should be how this grand final goes. Southport are back. They're chasing 3 titles in a row, and the Panthers are here. They're chasing their first premiership since 1965. Joining me today, a couple of local legends. First of all, we've got Shane Johnson from the QAFL. Shane, this match on paper, I suppose, looks like it could be a closer contest than last year, but it was a fiery game as well, we know, last year. Could we expect the same today?
Yeah, fairly fiery last year. I expect it to be a typical grand final, Bill. Hard and close early. There'll be the usual sorting out period early in the game, I'd say, and then they'll settle down and play a bit of football. But it should be a beauty. Very hot, as you said, and I think the side that makes most use of the breeze early should have a good advantage, and I wouldn't hesitate to kick with the breeze. Last week the wind changed around, and one side kicked with the breeze for 3/4, so make use of the wind early, I'd say.
OK, we saw both these sides play 3 times during the home and away season, but unlike last year, Southport didn't have it their own way. The defending premiers have had another consistently dominant year, winning the grand final replay in round 1 and going on to record 16 wins from their 18 home and away games. But unlike last season, the Sharks weren't invincible. They had a close shave in this clash with North Brisbane and were beaten twice during the year by Morningside in round 15 and Kedron Grange in round 17. Today, coach Gavin McGuan is confident of victory.
Second semi-final day, we've won by 12 points. I think we were flat because of we've played 15 weeks of hard football without a rest, and the players were a bit jaded. And I think having the extra 7 days off has really sparked their players into gear, and training this week has been nothing short than great. And honestly, I reckon the players are primed for absolute big effort.
Morningside have also been a model for consistency during season 91, winning 14 of their regular season matches. After 2 big losses to the Sharks, the Panthers bounced back to score an important psychological victory in that round 15 encounter, proving they can and do have what it takes to match the competition leaders. But Southport again turned the tables, becoming the first team into the grand final with a narrow 12-point win over the Panthers in the second semi-final.
I believe we're far better prepared at this time this year than what we were last year, probably because we have beaten Southport during the year. We went down to them in the second semi-final, but if we learn from the mistakes we made then, we're a very good show. Probably still underdogs, but the fact that Southport have finished on top and got straight into the grand final, we've had to go the hard way, but we'll give a very good account of ourselves.
Last year's final was a fiery encounter. Southport ran away in the final term to win by 59 points. Today, both will clash again in what will be a fantastic finale to the season. But again, there will only be one winner, the 4X Premiership Cup. And who will it be? We'll find out a bit later on. Also joining us today, a former Footscray great. He was coach of Kedron Grange this year and also Queensland Coach of the Year, Jeff Jennings. Jeff, let's look at the 2 lineups now. The teams are on the ground. Let's go through the 2 sides. They look fairly strong.
Yeah, both sides are very evenly balanced this year. I think the experience that Morningside had last year is going to put them in good stead, and Southport are very, experienced side. If we look at the backs there, Crutchfield obviously looks like he's got the job to pick up victory. 103 goals already this year. Very important player to Morningside. Half-backs there, the skipper Crowley and the experienced player in Taylor, and what a great player he's in the finals for them. They're going to take a lot of passing down there. We have a look at the centre lines. Morningside, very good centre line they've got there. Patterson, Edwards on the wing, very important players. Ahmed, state player this year, also came third in the Drogan this week. Important players again. Half-forward line, I think this is where the key to the game is going to be, whether Edwards can keep Rewalt or whoever possibly plays, they're down, because Ashkar and Jones, the smaller players, they rely very heavily on his contesting up forward, and that's an important part of the game here at the Gabba. Up forward, we've got Hedlund for Southport, Conway the full-back, very big job for Conway. Hedlund has kicked 70-plus goals this year at full forward and hasn't spent all his time there, so both full forwards have got important jobs to do for both respective sides on the day. Side in the ruck, tall side, he will play in the ruck, I would say, because Brown has pulled out of the side with a bruised heel. Lennox back from the second semi-final. He missed that with a broken bone in his foot, evidently, which he's carried, but very important players for them. And Cotter, of course, last year's Grogan medalist, he's got to have a big job to overcome Gore and Chapman there. The interchange, Black and Smith for Southport, they look like playing a big part for them in this hot weather. And for Morningside, Hill and Roman look like being the two players there, as Tate's out injured and Foss was playing earlier in the day, so two very even sides.
Okay, there we go. A couple of late changes to the teams, but the stage is set for what should be an entertaining grand final. Stay right with us. We're back after the break with all the action. Welcome back to the Gabba. Grand final day 1991. Southport and Morningside out on the ground now. A good start for Southport today, the reserve grade grand final. They got up 22 goals, 7, 139 to Morningside, 11-8, 74, a 65-point win to Southport. They weren't expected to win that one, but a good start as we have the opening bounce of the 1991 grand final. City up against Kruger.
Two important changes there, Bill. Both Tate and Fogley failed their fitness tests and aren't out there today.
A couple of early changes straight up into this match now. As we see Morningside going on the attack very early. Roman drives it forward to the Morningside forward line. Victory can't mark. Crowley knocks it down. Crowley again. Southport skipper gets a hurry kick away. It's up onto this member's side wing. Leading the chase for the ball is Gore, but it's over the boundary line and we'll have a throw in. Martin King, the Morningside coach, obviously very anxious. As Crowley brings it up this member's side. It's a good kick up forward. Beats them all. Leading in the chase for the ball is Headland. Gore gets a quick hand pass away. Finds a Southport player though. Running away with it is Edwards, Dean Edwards. Back into the centre of the ground and a good mark by Kirk, the skipper from Morningside. By gee, he could play an important part in this role today. It's game today, Jeff.
Yeah, my word, he's very good in the centre bounces when it's nice and tight and in those tough ones.
That's a long kick down the middle of the ground and it finds its target in Howe.
It's a left footer, Bill.
Mitchell Howe.
Puts it forward. Henry a little bit too strong and the ball's forced through for a behind. You're right, Jeff. Henry has got a big job down there on Vickery, hasn't he?
Yeah, my word. If the Southport players can't cut off those Morningside players up the ground, it's going to be a tough job for him because he's a very good leader and he's got a great pair of hands.
Centre wing for Morningside. He'll punt Morningside deep into attack. Lovely drop punt kick. Big pack sets themselves. Howe flies over the top. Vickery not good enough. Taylor in close. Gathered the ball very, very well. Chapman pats it forward. Billings tried to knock it off the ground. Taylor again. Howe, he grabs the ball onto his left foot. Snap, good centering kick, but Crowley's there on his own. Oh, he's dropped it, Crowley. Should have taken that one. Knocks it through for a point.
This is not like Crowley to drop those. No. Pressure out there, I think. It's important this quarter for Southport that they hold Morningside because they're kicking with a bit of a bruise.
Yes, it'd be 2 to 3 goals. Crowley usually does the kicking out for Southport. He finds Henry, who goes onto his left foot and kicks it to space. It could roll out. No, it's been kept in play by Cotter. Goes across to Botel. Cotter again gets the handball. He's a little bit tentative again. Gets his kick through now. Punches it up across half forward. Rewalt flies. Edwards very good there. Ball comes to ground. Got out by Conway. Mansbridge gets rid of the tackle. Scramble for the ball on the ground. Elliott gets the ball out. Conway a little chip kick out to the wing again. Botel dummies the handball. Comes back onto his right foot. Punts it forward again over the 40-metre line. Oh, good mark. Who's that, Headland?
Great work up there by McGarry.
Yes.
He protected his man beautifully.
Used his body very, very well and let Headland come in from the side and take a very, very strong mark.
Gary's been out injured for nearly 8 weeks now with a crook knee. It's tremendous to see him come back to the grand final, and he's going to be a valuable player for them up there.
He's picked up the 50-yard penalty too now, so Headland will shoot from point-blank range. Drop punts for goal, no mistake there, and the first goal of the 1991 4X Grand Final goes to Southport. They lead 1 goal straight, 6 to Morningside, 2 behinds, 2 points.
One of the younger players, Mitchell Howe, but very good, a lot of ability.
Yeah, he gets the torpedo punt going, working forward. Simon Stewart, another youngster that's come up through the ranks at the Morningside Football Club, went away with the Teal Cup team to Melbourne in 1989. He's really progressed on with his footy, and he's taken a very, very strong mark in front of Mark Billings, and he'll shoot from goal from about 30 metres out, virtually directly in front there, slight angle. Usually a pretty good kick for goal. Kick 4 in the second semi-final, this young lad. And he gets the drop punt towards goal there now. Vickery clapping the goal through, and the goal umpire puts 2 fingers up, and the first goal for Morningside. Morningside take the lead, 1 goal, 2-8 to Southport, 1 goal, 6.
Running it out now is Jones. Has a kick, centres the ball. It's all Southport there too. Oh, he's dropped the mark. Morningside, a second chance. Mark in front. No, Crutchfield couldn't hold it. Fumbling the ball. Southport tap it out, but there's Morningside all around the ball. Shot for goal. That could go through. Oh. Hit the post.
Henry, he chips short. Goes, oh, it's dangerous again. Valenta took the mark, went to play on, but given the benefit of the doubt by the umpire. Might be 50 yards here. No, I think umpire Edwards is going to put him on the mark. Yes, he gave the Southport defender the benefit of the doubt.
Showing your age, they're a bit Shane, 50 yards.
Yeah, so it might be too. Okay, Valenta will kick from about 45 metres out. Tight angle, would be a really good goal from here. Got the breeze in his favour. Oh, gee, it's a lovely kick. Yes, it's through. It's Morningside's second goal. Morningside now skip along to 2-3-15. And Southport 1 goal, 6.
That'll be a confidence booster for Valenta. He's been under a cloud with an injured knee and over the last couple of weeks, and there's some doubt that he'd play today, so that'll give him a lot of encouragement.
It's a very good start. Last year they started well, but kicked very, very badly in the first quarter of the grand final last year, and that's a very, very handy goal. It's probably a 2-3 goal, Bruce, so they'll want to be leading at quarter time, Jeff.
Oh, my word. It's very important to be in front of that first change.
Okay, umpire Bird puts leather to turf, and Seed knocks the ball forward for Southport. Rewalt taps it on to Cotter. He leads in the race for the ball. Fag, he very strong, tumbles a punt forward, comes to half forward on the Vulture Street side of the ground. Howe with pace and strength. He'll line up from goal from 45 out, but I think he's miskicked that one. And very, very lucky to score a point.
Tremendous shepherd there from Edwards. It opened the pathway then for Mitchell Howe. That's great team football.
My word, that's the sort of team football that wins grand finals, and there'll have to be plenty of that as well. Henry kicks, but I think he's kicked just before the goal umpires finished waving his flags, so he'll have the opportunity to kick out again. Same thing. What's happened there, Jeff? I think he's going to make him go again. Might be third time lucky, eh?
Yeah, hopefully third time lucky.
Henry, great player for Assumption College at Kilmore for many, many years. Played at full forward. Nice drop punt kick. Valenta from behind spoils Crutchfield. Ahmad gets a handball out to Crutchfield. Crutchfield back to Ahmad. He goes high and long. It's holds up into the breeze there. Fag, it must have seemed like an eternity, that football coming down. But Fag's taken the mark on the outside of the ground.
Fag centres the ball to Gore. Easy mark in the centre of the ground. Cruder. Hand passes over the top. 2 Morningside players there. Morningside come out with it. Edwards. Craig Edwards. Emil Roman, can he mark in the middle of the ground? Yes. Southport. Morningside looking to play on quickly here. Roman goes long into the square, looking for Vickery. Can't mark. Southport in the front. Here's a snap go. No, he's missed it. Stevenson, they stick to the far side of the ground. The pack forms over there. Nobody can mark. Southport come away with it. Ashkar. And they do something here, Southport. Picking up, having a snap for goal. Mainsbridge, marked in the square by Morningside. They had that one covered and clear the ball away. They've got 3 players out here. They like to run down the middle of the ground. A long kick.
Edwards across to Howe. Howe keeping the ball in front of him, using his body very, very well under pressure from Lennox. Traps it just inside the boundary line. Gee, there's not much pressure on him at the moment. He'd done that with ease. And
it's really troubling Lennox. Lennox is struggling for pace against Howe, and Southport might have to look at that. He's been very dangerous up forward.
His first game about a month, Lennox, so he'd be feeling the pinch in the heat too. He wouldn't have played in this sort of conditions down in Victoria at this time of year, I wouldn't imagine. Ball goes out to the outer side. Roy Senders leads in the race for the ball. He's got time to steady. Comes back on his roar. He's under a bit of trouble. Tries to get the head. Great tackle by Brad Patterson. Dean Edwards, a great player for Morningside at the moment. Gets the ball. Nice Henry kick. Henry, he'll set himself for the mark. Oh, he's dropped it. What he might have taken there, and safely sees the ball across the boundary line for a throw in.
The forward pocket for Morningside. Seedy almost takes down to the ruck. Veteran skipper Taylor takes it away, but it's smothered. Morningside still a chance. Gore, quick kick. Vickery, can he mark? No. Good mark in defence for Southport, taken by Henry. Henry, a hand pass across to Jones. Terrible kick. Southport are really letting themselves down with basic skills at the moment. Crutchfield runs it out of the centre. Good run.
Nice chip there to Mansbridge too.
Well, they're dangerous when they run the ball like this.
Re-roll over the top. Here's a chance. Headland goes for goal.
Good goal.
Great goal. as we see the scoreboard now. Morningside 2-5-17, leading Southport 2 goals straight, 12. Ball's back in the centre. Seedy, Kruder. Kruder gets a knockdown for Morningside. Burke the kick out. It's a high kick. Marked down there by Morningside. It's a good one by Simon Stewart. And they're a chance to reply now. Misdirected kick, but it's going to find a target in Mitchell Howe. Oh, gee, he's been dangerous already, this guy.
Yeah, he's having a great game on that half-forward flank. He's moving around. He's not just staying on his flank. He's covering the territory and he's getting on the end of a lot of ball.
So a quick shot then of Southport coach Gavin McGuan. A little bit anxious at the moment as Howe comes in to put Morningside further ahead. It's good. They've applauded it. Great goal. Morningside keeping on the pressure. Centre-bouts again. It'll be Seedy and Kruder. Seedy gets the knockout there. Southport chance to take it away, but Morningside are doing well out of the centre, and it's up on their forward line again. But it's all Southport at the moment. Some hurried hand passes. Chipping in front there was Fagg. Southport under a lot of pressure still. Here's Cotter. Last year's Grogan medalist. Clears away for the Sharks. Down the middle of the ground towards centre half forward for Southport. Rewald couldn't mark. Hand pass over the back. They've got a run on here, Southport.
Yeah, good chase there by Raymond. Forced him to come back on his left foot.
Ashkar, a hurried kick. Coming out again is Rewald. Morningside defending stoutly. Here's a chance for Southport.
Great pressure, Morningside. Great pressure.
Edwards. Southport trying hard, but by gee, Morningside are really throwing everything but the kitchen sink at them down there.
It's a real pressure match at the moment, a typical grand final, and Morningside are really taking up to Southport with their fierce desire and tackling. St. Taylor trapping the ball in front of him. Craig Edwards very good there. Out to Emil Raymond. He chips the ball out to the wing. Over Brad Patterson's head. Just missed him. The pressure telling again. Paul Seed gets the handball back to Royce Enders again. Enders across to Lennox. Lennox looks a bit sluggish at the moment. He needs a couple of touches to get his confidence up. Too long with a footy. Back to Crowley's a long kick of the football, Crowley, and he makes no mistake with that one and goes forward. Oh, good strong mark by him. And he's a very, very underrated footballer, this guy. In the state match earlier in the year against New South Wales, he got moved to full forward and played a terrific game, a hand for Queensland against New South Wales.
Yeah, he's giving Conway a lot of trouble up there at the moment.
Yeah, he's very lively. How's he gone there? I think it's home, yes.
Ball back in the centre. One senses Southport under a bit of pressure here at the moment. Kruder gets the knockdown for Morningside. They take it away again. A long, long kick into the forward line. Who can mark this one? Chance for Morningside. Ball goes out of the back. Here's the chance for Vickery to open up.
Yeah, that's a good goal.
A great goal for Morningside.
Over the top, Lennox gets the ball down. Mansbridge gets a quick kick away. Cross to Gore. Gore uses his strength. You want to get rid of it. He does. Cross to Dean Edwards. He's picked up a fair few kicks straight away. He gets a punt high up there. Good mark by Craig Edwards. Hits the ground full of running. Oh, we want to get rid of his kick that just hasn't got the space here on the gab, and they've got to get their quick kick away. Although he's got a free kick.
He was lucky to get that one.
Plays on again. Gets it across. Lovely pass. Finds Patterson 42 yards out. Patterson generally a fairly good kick for goal. Has the use of the breeze. Will be kicked from about 45 metres out, I'd say. It's a nice kick. The wind's got hold of it. It's going to make the distance all right and hits the post.
Yeah, I think Morningside.
Emil Raymond chips in short, and there's that man, Mitchell Howe again. He's creating a lot of problems for them up on the forward line. Their main goal kickers are Howe and Simon Stewart and Vickery. They lend very, very good support to Vickery, the two youngsters. It's a long kick, this boy, left footer. Should suit him. Punts for goal. Very, very close. It looks pretty good, and Vickery's got both hands up, and now the goal umpire has as well. And that's a very, very good goal to Mitchell Howe.
Lennox looking for some touch. Stevens back into Seedy, gets a hurried kick away down to the forward line. Headland leads the chase for the ball. Chance for something here for Southport. Pumps it high to attack. Marking contest in two. Nobody can take the ball. Under plenty of pressure. There's a snap. It's a point. It's important psychologically for them as the ball is thrown in. Kruder over the back, knocks it down again. He's done well so far today. Southport lead the chase for the ball. Morningside again come away. That here's Patterson streaming in towards goal for the Panthers, looking for Vickery. One out contest. Vickery can't mark. And two Southport players on him then actually. Under plenty of pressure though, the Sharks. There's 3-1 there, and they're still struggling with it. Hand pass to Crowley, the ever reliable. Can he get them out of trouble? Misdirected kick. Does find a teammate though. Running the ball out now is Billings. Mainsbridge. Over the top. They've got some room to move here, Southport.
Campbell Black shoots for goal. Go close. There was a free kick being given there. Who's that going to go to, Jeff?
Oh, I don't know. It's going to Morningside.
Morningside.
A bit hard to read the umpire there, but it'd be a tough decision to, this time of the quarter, to pull one out on the blind like that.
Gary must have been over his shoulder. Kruger's got the ball. He punts wide. Patterson over the back, tries to score from Seward. And there goes the siren. The siren to cease hostilities here in the first quarter of the QAFL Grand Final. And we see on the scoreboard, Morningside with a handy lead, particularly with the breeze, 5-6-36 to Southport 3-1-19.
Welcome back to the Gabba. The reigning premiers Southport. A little bit of work ahead of them. See the score at quarter time. Morningside 5-6-36, leading Southport 3-1-19. Centre bounce. Seed gets the knock away. Morningside kick it out though. Scramble of play down there. Southport drive it back down towards the scoring end of the ground. It runs over the back. A good bounce. Here's Lennox. Fires away. It might be through. No, it's just offside.
It was Joey Ahmed that time, I think. Yes, yeah, very dangerous, and should have done a little bit better with that shot for goal, I think.
Yeah.
Kicking away. Stewart in towards goal. It's going to be knocked through for a point.
Ball there from Caloundra last year.
Ball up towards Morningside's half-forward line. Southport come away with it. Long kick right into full forward area. Rustling for the mark down there. Can't get it. McGarry, the quick tap over the top. Could this be a goal from Southport? Good strong work, and it's going to be a goal.
Joe Ahmed. Valenta knocks the ball forward. Picked up by Craig Edwards. Goes in short. Crowley just misses it. Patterson with pace. Heads towards goal. Can't gather the footy. Still got a bit of time. Time to deliver the ball in short again. And then, Vickery, and he's held on.
Gee, that was well done by Patterson.
Yes.
He was lucky the ball just didn't sit for him, but
50-yard penalty.
Oh, that's costly. You just can't afford that on the Scabba ground. 50 metres takes most players within range of goals, and that's undisciplined there from Henry.
I thought he was a bit stiff, but anyway, it's a grand final. And Vickery will shoot from point-blank range and makes no mistake. And Morningside skip along to 6-7-43. Southport 4-3-27. We've got an interchange now. Royce Enders coming back onto the ground and Campbell Black going off. Royce Enders has been a marvellous player for Southport throughout the year. Winfield man of the match champion in the Winfield State Championship final. Still anybody's game. Southport well in it. Jeffrey over the top. Ashgar dangerous around goal. Might have got one too high. Yes, I agree. And Ashgar will take the free kick for Southport. And he'll shoot from about 30 yards out. Generally a fairly good shot for goal.
There's a crude tackle by Fag. He was already claimed by his teammate and he came over the top and hit him too high.
Shoots for goal. Makes no mistake. And kicks the fifth goal for Southport. Southport 5-3-33, trailing Morningside Panthers 6-7-43.
So, as you said, Shane, Southport still well in this grand final.
Yes, my word.
Back in the centre. Seedy. Can't get the ball away. Valenta gets a hurried kick in. Going out for Patterson, but chipping in front is Enders. Been a free kick call out there. Play on the advantage as players. At Patterson again, firing away at goal. Vickery one out. Oh, is that a mark?
My word.
Patterson doing the damage again there. He broke through beautifully then.
Vickery almost going to play on then. He's going to take the set shot, but he's going to run around. How's he go with that one? Looks good. The crowd thinks it's good. That's a point.
Very difficult down in that pocket today, Bill. It's on those practice wickets. They're very smooth and like glass. And
Kruger and Seed. They contest again in the boundary zone. Kruger this time knocks it out. Lennox chips in. Oh, here's danger for Mansbridge. Oh, he should have got his kick in. He's under a lot of pressure now. Gets the ball. He's been dropped after he kicked it. Headland's taken the mark. And it's a relay free kick down the ground. And it'll go to Headland. And he's got the shot for goal. It's going to be very, very tight angle here. Hard up against the boundary line.
Been a fun and games between the two of them then. They stood holding hands over that ball, deciding who was going to take it.
Yeah, Craig Mains would put himself under a bit of pressure there. He didn't go the first time, and I thought the Morningside players did a pretty good job, but Don Edwards, the umpire, didn't see it that way, and it's a chance for Headland.
Ball he plays on. Nice shot for goal. It's there. That's his fourth.
Valenta gets the knock away to Gore. Gore's been handy around those rucks too. Ashkar gets thrown down in the tackle by Patterson. They come away with it through Gore again. Stewart over the boundary line again. Well, maybe temper's just getting a little bit heated down here.
22 minutes into the second quarter. Morningside lead by 2 points. Southport with the aid of the breeze. Chapman snaps for goal. Using their bodies again. Oh, good mark. Good mark by John Henry. He's been a fairly solid player for Southport today. Former Assumption College champion. Played with the Brisbane Bears early in the season. A lovely left foot kick out to Stevens. He leads in the race. Well, you can't bounce there, son. You've got to get your kick away. And he's been pinched for holding the ball.
Great pace by Conway then. He's very deceptive over the ground. He doesn't look like he's going that quick, but boy, he can cover the ground.
Good contest. He chips into Shane Hill's a real dasher from the back line.
Yeah, I think Shane's got to do a lot more of that. He likes to dictate terms off that back line rather than have to watch someone really closely.
Gets the ball in forward and McGarry too strong, dropping back a kick behind the play. The champ, as he's affectionately known down at the Southport ground. Gets the ball forward, moves the ball up towards the centre of the ground. Kruder up, knocks the ball forward. Conway again. Good contest by Stevens. Comes out to Jones on his left foot. Jones pumps the ball forward. Fagg leads in the race for the ball. Keeps the ball in front of him. Very, very solid play for a defender. And keeps the ball out of harm's way from Mansbridge. Young Neil O'Brien there in the crowd, a Morningside player, a bad knee operation a few weeks before the finals.
There's the Sharks bench taking a little bit of water because it's a very hot day out here. We mentioned about 30 degrees. As the ball's thrown in. Rewald, Kruger. I think Brad Edwards got the knock over the top for Morningside. Patterson over the back, couldn't take the mark. Still with the ball, Morningside. Wrapped up in the tackle.
Should have given the handball out there, and Roman was on his way up the middle of the ground. See Ahmed back onto the ground, and Mansbridge having a spell.
Looks like he's going for goal for Southport. This would give them the lead. Looks all right, looks good. It's there. Southport have hit the front. 7-7-49, 6-9-45. Centre bounce. We really have got a match on our hands now. Morningside under a bit of pressure. Ashkar. Quick kick away, but it finds a Morningside player. They're looking for something now. They go short. Chipping in front. It was a bad kick, though, and chipping in for the mark was Dean Botel. He's made a mess of that, though. Morningside a second chance. Scrapper play down there.
Hill to relieve the pressure now. He'll kick to the outer side of the ground, the Clem Jones side. Not a bad drop punt. Pack set themselves. Kruger up before acceptance. Perhaps should have done better. Craig Edwards gets the ball out to Brad Edwards. Brad Edwards, lovely pass. The foot he finds Valenta. He swings clear on his right foot. Moves the ball very quickly into the forward line. This is what they need. Vickery, the 100-goal-a-year champion. He's missed that one. Just to the right-hand side of the post. Great pressure by Southport there. Really put him under the hammer, Jeff.
Chapman. A chance again for Morningside. It'll be a long kick here. Looking for a lead in the forward line. Vickery. Punched away from him. Gore. Patterson it is. Patterson almost up over the fence. Now the ball in about 30 metres around from the Morningside goal.
So they really need to work hard here, Morningside, to try and get a goal on the board.
Inside the final minute of this second quarter. Ball thrown in. McGarry almost thrown off the ball. Ashkar leads in the chase. Morningside are going to come away with a hand pass. Intercepted by Cotter. Elliott. High kick into the forward line. Where's Vickery? Over the top. Couldn't mark. Southport are running away again. They're under a lot of pressure. Crutchfield. Clutch hand pass away. Enders. Short down the centre of the ground. Cotter's got a bit of room to move out here. Quick kick. Headland. What can he do? But Jeffrey's over the back. Is he going to rush it through? No, he's kicking it round for Morningside. We'll have Brad Edwards out there, but he can't get the ball. Doesn't get the luck of the bounce.
50 cents each way there, I think. Bill, he sort of went for the pass, but went for the boundary line at the same time.
Bit of safety. Throw in on the Southport forward line. Kruger over the back. Re-roll. Southport looking for something right on the siren, but nothing forthcoming. So in a very entertaining grand final, we see at half-time Southport 7-7-49 leading the Morningside Panthers 6-10-46. Back on the ground for the second half in the 1991 QAFL Grand Final. Let's check the scores. And Southport kicked 5 goals that quarter. Morningside 1 goal for. The Sharks lead by 3 points. Headland has 4 for the Sharks. Ashkar, Ahmed and Enders each have 1 apiece, while Vickery and Howe have 2 for Morningside. Valenta and Stewart each have 1 apiece. Well, gentlemen, we look at both teams and we see its stats at half-time that a couple of the big guns from both sides have let their players down.
Yeah, certainly with Southport, Taylor only 3 possessions, Lennox only 6 possessions. They'll be looking for a big improvement.
Bird starts the last quarter, the third quarter off in the 4X Grand Final. Ball goes out to Conway, Morningside. Straight up and straight down virtually. Oh, good mark taken by Craig Edwards. He's been a serviceable player for the Panthers today.
And great courage then backing back into that.
Lovely drop punt into the forward line. Sun's in the eyes of the players. Valenta over the top. Stewart swoops. Oh, yes, a good goal. Off the back of the pack, probably in the wrong spot. Should have been perhaps running to the front, but he was in the right spot at the right time, and he's drew first blood in this third quarter for Morningside.
Yeah, very important start for Morningside. That'll give them tremendous confidence for the rest of this quarter. Stewart very quiet in that second quarter, but he's come on very quickly there, and he'll be keen to get into the game from there. Crowley coming off, the skipper, straight away coming off the ground for Southport.
They might be a little bit unbalanced back there. They might have a smaller man in the forward line.
Yeah, Mainsbridge going out. It looks like they've gone in with the smaller running players across half forward, Shane.
Right. Vickery first. Taylor, the expert centreman for Southport, gets his kick away and puts Southport into attack. Edwards is first to the ball for Morningside. Didn't have the footy. Play on. Tim Elliott in all sorts of trouble. Gets the ball clear. Edwards off the ground again. Campbell Black with pace. Edwards a good, strong, robust player in the back line for Morningside, and he forces the ball out of bounds. Great year, Brad Edwards, Jeff.
Yeah, tremendous year. He picked up the Ansett Award and numerous other awards as well. And he's nothing fancy, but all he does a terrific job for them.
Throw in on the outer side of the ground. Kruder knocks it forward. Ashkar in close there, gets it out. Sean Stevens again. He was a prolific possession winner in the first half for Southport. Conway again onto the left foot. Tumbles the ball forward for Morningside. Stewart in again. Handballs the ball out in front. After the ball, he's got good pace. Ball doesn't bounce kindly. Billings on his hammer. Billings has a fumble, close to the boundary line, and the ball rolls out of bounds in the left forward pocket.
Some heavy work there by Botel. He's going through there a couple of times. Lucky he didn't connect with a couple of those Morningside players.
Needed a bit of help there. Stewart had to run on the ball. As it's thrown in, it's going to be Valenta and McGarry in the ruck. McGarry gets the knock away in front. Free kick's going to come out of that. It'll go to Southport.
Yeah, see Gavin McGuire. He's got McGarry in the ruck still.
Academy Award job there, I think.
Yeah.
Phil McGarry. Umpired him 4 for that.
Paul Sidey, he's up at full forward now.
McGarry, not sure what to do. Goes the hand pass. Oh, shocking hand pass. Put Jones right under pressure there. And Morningside a chance to come away with this from the goal. Still got it. Roman.
Good play by Henry there.
Got them out of trouble. Ball's up into the centre of the ground. It's a running contest. Kruder the second to the ball. Enders. Gets away. A hand pass. Chipping in. Couldn't quite pick it up with Black. Still going. Plenty of pressure there from Morningside, though.
Great work from both back lines down here. Southport put under enormous pressure by McGarry's handball, recovered, and Morningside as well at the other end of the ground.
Here's Patterson down the far wing. He's been dangerous all day. Chips the ball inside and finds his player there in Mitchell Howe. Howe quiet in the second quarter, but could he burst back and spark Morningside here in this third quarter? Kicks the ball high and long into the goal square. Bark over the top, no one can get it. Vickery punches away. A free kick, it'll go to Southport.
They just lack someone that can take a mark in the forward line, Jeff, don't they, Morningside?
Yeah, they certainly miss Fogarty up there because he's got a good pair of hands. I'm surprised they haven't brought on Cameron at this stage because he does take a good mark for them up there during the year, and he's kicked a lot of goals.
It's a little bit unusual in these conditions that they haven't used their interchange more. Free kick to Morningside. Mitchell Howe again. He chips in short. Zane Taylor comes in close. Should have perhaps marked that one. Might have fell for the trap there, I think, Jeff. Might have fell for the leave it.
Oh, he's been out of football for a while. I think he might have just got under it a little bit, Shane.
Could have done.
He's not like Zane. He's not going to fall for those ones. He's been playing far too long.
Darren Vickery has the footy. He'll shoot from goal from about 42 metres out for Morningside. Kicked over 100 goals this year. Good kick for goal. Lays back there. Vickery shoots for goal. Simon Stewart up the hands clapping, and it's a goal to Morningside. Morningside move on to 8 goals, 10, 58 to Southport, 7-7-49.
Yeah, there's a good start for Morningside. It's just what Martin King would have been asking for at half-time to get those first couple of goals and get a break. A bit of a dust-up down here in the pocket. Edwards and Mainsbridge in there having a bit of a go, but the centre bounce is vital here, and Morningside have won them both so far.
See that replay of Vickery's goal there? Good effort. Back in the centre. Kruger, big punch out, had that one by himself. Morningside lead the chase for the ball. Out on this member's wing. Pushed off it. They're getting a second chance. They come around on the half-forward line. Drives it back into the forward pocket. No one marked there. It'll be a free kick in the back. It's going to Morningside. So Roman now with a chance. Looking possibly to play on those. Going to have a shot for goal.
Should have a shot. He's only 40 metres out, but Morningside forwards getting in front early in this third quarter. You know, they say it's a championship quarter, and the way they're going could well be.
Roman, former Bear, shooting for goal. Kick looks good, but it might just be away to the right. It is. It's gone through for one behind.
Robbie Jones coming off the ground now. It's an interesting change because he's been playing very well for Southport in the back pocket. Crowley coming back on now.
Made some interesting changes, Southport, so far early in this quarter.
He may have just lost his head a little bit there for 5 or 6 minutes. Started wrestling and pushing and shoving, so McGuan's gone for the experience of Crowley.
8:11:59, 7:7:49. Henry brings the ball back in. Misdirected kick. Valenta on the charge for Morningside. A short chip pass, but it's straight into the hands of Botel.
Well, Valenta should have gone straight for goals. He was only 35 metres out by the time he would have had the shot, and there was a goal gone begging.
You just got to go for goal in that situation with the 2 or 3 goal breeze behind you. And now it's rebounded with a 50-metre penalty, so Southport into attack now.
Southport down the middle of the ground. Botel. Cotter might make the tackle. Chapman gets a hand pass over the top. Edwards, short pass right down that far wing. Picks up Craig Edwards. Edwards to Edwards. Edwards centres the ball, looking for Vickery. Can he get a hand to it? No. Ball running free, leading in the chase for the ball. Morningside blast away at goal, but it's out of bounds on the full. So maybe a little bit of hesitation. It's Martin King on the bench. He'll be anxious at the moment. His side started well this third quarter as the ball comes back in.
Gee, Conway's playing well. He's got it again.
A terrific quarter, isn't he? He should have probably done better with that last shot at goal, because Burke shoved it beautifully for him in the middle of the ground, but he's really given them some bite there.
Pressure for a grand final, didn't have the time. Boundary throw in, and Morningside's left-hand forward pocket about 15 yards around from the behind post. Rucks do battle. McGarry. Valenta over the top, knocks it down. Crowley gets a nice hand pass away to Sean Stevens. He punts it out wide. The ball rolls out of bounds in front of the Sir Leslie Wilson stand. 7 minutes into the third quarter in the 4X 1991 grand final, and Southport hold a 10-point lead at the moment. Rewalt and Kruger, the 2 ruckmen this time. Throw a blanket over about 12 players there in that pocket. Taylor close, gets the handball out to Cotter, and the ball's forced out of bounds again. Once the ball does get into this pocket down here in the final situation, Jeff, it is hard to get out at times, isn't it?
Yes, it can get bottled up down there. There's they're nearly as far from the goals at each end of the ground as they are, from goal square to goal square. It's a very big forward pocket.
And Stevens ducks and weaves. Conway again feeds a handball out to Burke. Burke had time there to steady and hit a nice left foot drop punt forward. In front was Henry. Should have perhaps marked that off the side of the boot by Vickery. It's a good shot. It's not going to... Oh, it bounced through. It has. Oh, that could be a team lifter for Morningside. Very, very good goal. Lucks a fortune there to Vickery. And Vickery kicks his 3rd goal for the match. It takes Morningside along to 9-11. 65 to Southport 7-7-49.
So there's Zane Taylor, the skipper, coming off for Southport. He's been struggling today, and he's the sort of player the Southport are looking for a lift at the moment. They look a bit flat after half-time. Jones coming back on.
Morningside in front, 65-49. Centre bounce again. This time Seed gets the knock away, but it goes straight into the hands of that man Conway, doing a stack of work for the Panthers. Drives it up to the full forward line. Almost a mark there. No, he's played play on. Leading the chase for the ball, Southport. Henry goes safety, but it's out of bounds on the full.
They're full of run at the moment, Morningside, and they're putting enormous pressure on Southport. They're not used to this sort of thing in the second half. Southport, they usually run away from a lot of sides, but Morningside are really serving it up to them.
Valenta, right on the boundary line, is going to have a shot for goal. He'll put it deep into the face of goal, if not a goal. That's close. No, it's a point. It's right back on the fence there. Morningside really, as Jeff said, putting a lot of pressure on. Gavin McGuan from Southport, the coach.
He's certainly ringing the changes at the moment, Gavin. He's got the job ahead of him to try and halt this Morningside run a bit.
Crowley up into the centre square for Southport. Quick hand pass away. Cotter the knock over the top. There's 3 Southport players there. Crutchfield's one of them. Can't get it out. Ahmed's in there as well. Morningside come away from that. Good work, the Panthers. Drive it up looking for Vickery again. It's gone over the top. There were 2 men on Vickery then. Here's a quick chance. Is that a goal?
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Sensational work by Burke up on the centre wing. He was magnificent up there. He dispossessed the 3 Southport players and set that goal up. Great work by the skipper.
It's Mitchell Howard's 3rd goal. Actually, Vickery's a good focal point down there. There's 2 and 3 players flying with Vickery to stop his marking prowess, and the ball's coming to ground, and the Crummers are starting to get the footy now, Jeff.
Yeah, my word, those little blokes are working hard, but terrific captain's effort by Burke up on the centre wing. Southport looked like sweeping that ball down to the forward line.
That's a good lead now, comfortably. 10-12, 72, 7-7, 49. The Panthers are running hot at the moment. Centre bounce again. Seed and Kruger. Kruger again gets the knock straight down to Jason Cotton, the opposition now. Ashkar falls over the ball. Umpire's found a free kick.
Jens Kruger holding sway there at the centre bounces. Hasn't had a bad game today either, Jeff, has he?
No, the longer this game's going, he's getting more and more kicks and possessions, and it's starting to take its toll a bit in the middle.
Ashkar, not much offering up forward for Southport. They've been hesitating all day, but he gets across the ground, and they'll drive forward. It was meant for Headland. Can't get the mark. Running away with it is Dean Edwards. He's under a lot of pressure here, though. Didn't get rid of it quick enough, and he's almost thrown into the fence. The free kick's been given away.
Haven't done a bad job, the umpires, Jeff?
No, they've been good today. We haven't seen too much wrong. I think the worst thing was done was to themselves, and Murray got in the way at that time.
Valenta sets himself, can't take the mark in front for Morningside. Running out, though, really well is Mitchell Howe. Emil Roman wins the chase for the ball. Knocked away, and here comes Stewart. Kicks it into the centre of the ground, looking for Vickery. Can he mark? Oh, almost. Coming away, those enders. Straight across the ground. Jones, by himself, marks it out there. Henry says, keep going. Got a Paddock to run in. Still going. Has a bounce. Dodges one. Hand pass over the top. Black goes long into the forward line. Where's Headland for Southport? No one can mark. He's not there. And again, Jeffrey, I think, clears it away for Morningside. Lucky bounce for the Sharks. Stevens. No, it's taken away again. Well, they're doing some really good work in defence, Morningside. Blanketing every forward thrust that Southport's thrown at them so far.
The Alistair Ball, a bit over vigorous there, and has given away a kick to Sean Stevens. The kick was certainly there.
Kick ball just coming back now, Stevens.
Yeah, they're certainly running at the ball hard, Morningside. A lot harder than they did in the first half.
It's an important kick, this one, for the Sharks. They'll try by 3 odd goals now.
It's a good 3-goal breeze, so very important.
They're about 40 metres out. It's gone across the front. Rewald can't mark for the Sharks. It's been taken through by Brad Edwards for a behind.
They'll be pretty hungry, Morningside. It's been, what, 26 years since they won their last flag. So, now they say this year's the year if they're going to win one again.
Long time between drinks. Jeffrey brings the ball back in, goes short over there and finds Hill. Hill goes wide onto the far wing. Patterson's in front. This guy is dangerous. They've got to stop him. Gets a kick in it. Going up short for Stewart. Can't mark. Billings right on his hammer.
Oh, good shepherd by Patterson.
Coming away with it. Centering kick. Right up in the front for a good mark was Mitchell Howe.
They're doing all the team things at the moment, Morningside, and it's really rattling Southport.
I think they're starting to realise that too.
It's a long kick here. Do you think he'll make the distance, Jeff?
Well, he's got the breeze coming over his shoulder, so he'll give it a good shake. He's only about 50 out.
Howe punts for goal. It's a nice kick. Might just be going a little bit to the right. Holds up.
That's in there. I think that's a great goal.
Well, wait on the goal umpire, and he's put 2 fingers up. It's another goal to Morningside. That's a handy break now.
That's 4 goals to Mitchell Howe.
He's done very, very well. Had a great first quarter. Died out a bit in the second quarter. Matter of fact, I think the stat sheet was pretty bare. But 11-12, 78 now Morningside to Southport 7-8, 50. That's a very, very good lead. As we said before, 2 to 3 goal breeze.
Now Southport really need Lennox and Cotter and Jones really to pick up and get their running game going, as they're really struggling around on the ground.
Murray Bird puts the cherry down, and Kruder with a good strong knock. Edwards might have taken that ball, knocked it on towards Patterson. Enders leads in the race for the ball. Under a lot of pressure from Edwards over the top there. Patterson again comes onto his left foot. Up 50, down 50. Oh, Roman might have got taken that mark, or a bit higher around the neck. And Roman's got the kick. Moves the ball forward.
Terrific effort by Roman then, Shane. He's not an overly physical player, but he just typified Morningside's quarter so far. The ball was there to be got, and he got in as hard as he could and try and win possession.
Umpire Bird wasn't ready to go. Matter of fact, Patterson's got the kick here, so that's a little bit of a strange one.
Must have copped one a little bit high after he kicked it, I think.
Done too. Patterson goes for the torpedo. Off the side of the boot a little bit. Still covers a lot of ground, but a little bit undisciplined, Jeff. Perhaps should have dropped punted to the edge of the square there.
Yeah, his ideal shot was across the Fraser goal, I think, there.
Very hard to kick a torpedo goal from way out that far.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to be a forward on the end of that one.
Crowley, the experienced campaigner, gets the ball out to the half-forward flank for Southport. Very strong. Good body work there by Campbell Black. He's got good pace. He's onto his natural left foot. Gets the ball back into the goal square. Rewald up high. Ball comes to ground. Fag very strong and knocks the ball towards the boundary line. And the umpire has played 5 fouls. Well. Ahmad plays on, chips in short, and Ashgar takes the mark.
Well, he made no attempt. He went straight for the boundary line, so the umpire Don Edwards was right there, so...
had the courage to pay it.
Yeah, it was there, I suppose, so...
He's now... we'll have to keep paying him now, especially close to goal. He's set the standard. Ashgar, generally, as we said before, a very good kick for goal. Probably a 45-degree angle. Comes in, punts, and that's straight through the middle.
Ball back in the centre again. Kruder and Seed. Kruder up high for Morningside. Gives him the first use of the ball yet again. Southport. Can they do something here? Stevens goes over the top. It's a centre half forward for the Sharks, but taking a good tackle there by Fag. Here they go again. Black. They're mucking around with it at Southport. Get a better shot at goal. Plugged away at that one. It might be there. No, it's marked on the line.
See how treacherous that cricket pitch is down there. Poor old Campbell Black. He was on his way then and just slipped at the crucial stage.
Jeff Brendan was a touch slow there. Should have got his boot the ball a bit quicker.
Yeah, it took far too long.
Ball comes back into play now. Gore sitting at the back waiting. Set himself for that one. Well read. Chance to put Morningside on the attack again. Keeps going wide to this far wing here for Stewart. Takes a good mark. Looking up the ground. Going down. There's nobody there really for Morningside. 3 Southport players, 3-1. Misdirected kick. Southport goes short. Jones right in front of the commentary position. Running across the ground. Centering kick. Kruder's there. Knocked out, I think, by Brad Edwards, his teammate. Stewart doesn't pick up the ball. Tapped on by Elliott. Morningside come away with it. Shocking kick. Crowley will mark this one. Oh, they've almost spoiled each other. Seedy and Crowley. The skipper takes it. Crowley takes it away.
Conway's had a lot of the footy, Jeff, but his disposal's been very poor.
Yeah, they're falling the mistake of trying to hit the big talks again, Shane. It's they're not directing the ball like they were earlier on.
As Hill directs it out wide to Fag. Morningside threw it out of their defensive zone. Alistair Gord's out there, drops a sitter. Still recovers. Oh, puts a shocker of a kick in. It's running for the boundary line, and it's beaten John Stevens over. Short Stevens over.
Is the pressure telling on Southport? You know, normally Alistair Gore, very unflappable type of character, drops a chest mark, poor kick. I hope the pressure's not starting to tell on them. They've got a handy lead.
Gore again, the big knock. Stevens, it's a quick hand pass out. Crutchfield, you can't miss this man. Look at the haircut. Played well today. Gets a kick into the centre of the ground. Mark over the top by Edwards almost. Couldn't hold it. Hill, Patterson, they raffle it. Patterson, dangerous again. A short pass, misdirected. Finds a player, though, in Chapman. Puts a Burke under a lot of pressure. Southport, deep in defence. Cotter comes away with it. Need a bit of lift from him. Gets another bounce in. Hand pass over the top. Lennox, they need something from him as well. Gets a hurried kick in. Up towards centre half forward for the Sharks. Ashkar, hand pass away. Brennan, they fumbled it there a bit. That might be a high tackle.
Yeah, tackled high, Ahmed then.
Ahmed to take the free kick on the half forward line. He's playing on. Southport obviously needs something pretty quick. It's gone straight down into goals, but nobody down there for the Sharks.
They've just lost their system a bit, Southport. They're panicking a little, I think.
A little rattle as Edwards has the ball. Grant Edwards in the forward pocket. Hand passes over the top. Morningside again run it out of Southport's attacking zone. Up here onto the wing. Beats the pack over the top. Clever knock back inside from Morning. Nobody there. Out again. Good hand pass inside. Mitchell Howe on the run. This is dangerous for Southport. Centres the ball. Patterson. Oh!
Well, it's a strong mark by Enders. Tremendous effort there. Really put his body on the line then.
Oh, he's a bit of trouble.
Danger again.
Enders tries to get the ball clear. Stewart traps the ball in close. Ball's been held in on the ground, and umpire Edwards calls for the ball up.
Oh, Henry, that was a shock with that one, Shane.
Yeah.
Talk about put your back and under pressure.
It was a hospital job, that one.
Oof.
Dial 000 for the ambulance. Don Edwards puts the cherry down. Seed and Valenta do battle. Valenta gets it out. Seed gets it out. Chapman in close. Tries to get his kick. Can't get it clear. Still a chance. Feeds the handball back to Patterson. Patterson snaps for goal. Across the front. Two up here. Craig Edwards up a little bit too early. Didn't quite get it. Valenta off the ground. Maradona style. And through for 1 point.
The Morningside smaller players have really lifted again in this third quarter. They're playing like they did earlier in the game, and it's given them a great lift up forward in particular.
Crowley. Very, very experienced campaigner. Great player for his state. Good kick of the football. Kicks the ball straight down the middle of the ground, looking for Seed. Sport from behind by Conway, who's been a good player. Howe again. He's been in terrific touch today. Right foot up forward and finds Simon Stewart. He's knocked over after he took the mark by Crowley. But that was just a good, hard contest for the ball. And umpire Edwards has elected not to advance the mark by 50 metres, and Simon Stewart a great mark under pressure.
The Sharks coach really ringing the changes at the moment. I see Botel's up at centre-half forward, and down at centre-half back we've got Craig Headland now. Mainsbridge on the back flank. He's really trying to lift the side by swinging them around.
Yes, I think a 4 or 5 goal lead will be very, very handy at three-quarter time, even though they'll be kicking into the Bruce. Stewart punts for goal. Wait on the goal umpire. Yes, it's a goal to Morningside. Another handy one. And Morningside advance there a score along. Southport 8-9-57. Trail Morningside 12-13-85.
3 goals to Stewart. He's lifted his game again. He had a quiet second quarter, but he and Mitchell Howe have been tremendous across that half-forward line in this third quarter.
Yeah, those two and Vickery are their key forwards, there's no doubt about that. They've been kicking the goals for them most of the season. Umpire Bird about to recommence proceedings. 23.5 minutes into the third quarter. Edwards, too strong, gets the ball out. Mansbridge, he tries very slippery in the centre. Gore with strength and courage, knocks the ball forward. Patterson again. Stevens off the ground. A lot of pressure on out there still. And Robbie Jones has been caught when he didn't have the footy.
Lucky to get away with that, Southport. They had 3 or 4 players still standing back at the centre when that ball went down into the Morningside forward line instead of chasing it down.
Jones chips short. Finds his teammate there. It goes across to Cotter. Cotter punches the ball forward on the lead. Is that Ahmad? Yes, it's Joey Ahmad. Been a great player since coming up from the Victorian Amateurs this year. Generally a long kick, and he'll kick for goal from around about 37 metres out.
And over there to get out of this Southport, Ahmed and Lennox, Cotter, these players have got a lift.
Funny kicking style, Ahmed. Holds the ball very flat, goes for goal. It's faded just across the front to the right, I think. And it's 1 point to Southport. 25 minutes in the 4X Grand Final for 1991. Nick Jeffrey been a solid custodian down there for Morningside. Brings the play to the commentary side of the ground. Oh, good strong mark there taken by Dean Botel. He's been a good player, Jeff.
Yeah, he's played steadily all day. He's up on the forward line now to try and give them a lift.
Botel, a big kick into the Southport forward line. Rewald can't take the mark. Running across the front, Ashkar gathers the ball in. Hand pass out. Can they do something? Kruder shoots off the ground. It's a mark by Southport, not paid. They've had a snap for goal. Might be there. It is.
Ahmed, great goal.
Great goal.
Made up for that miss that he had. He normally gets those standing shots, but that was a terrific snap under pressure then. After some good heavy work by Rewald. He hasn't done a lot though, Peter, and he needs to lift his game for them at centre-half forward and start taking a few grabs.
Hasn't done much there all day.
Time on. Very important period here now for both sides. Morningside 21 points to the good of Southport.
The Sharks needed that goal. 5 minutes to go, 5 or 6 minutes to go in this quarter. Centre bounce again. Kruder gets a good knockdown. Lennox can't make use of the ball. Spooned out. Billings. There's a hand pass from Seedy into the centre of the ground. Headland outruns it. Quick chip off the ground. Morningside definitely putting a lot of pressure on Southport. Leading the chase of the ball. Coming out to this far side, it's going to bounce out of bounds. Just to the right of the commentary position on this members wing.
Yeah, a couple of those Southport players not really attacking the ball there in the centre of the ground then. Warwick Kappa there sitting up in the stands would be enjoying this, would be a little bit worried being an ex-Southport player.
Seedy sharks the ball out of the ruck, and that's a shocking kick by Mark Billings. He was right in the deep part of that pocket there. Very hard to get out of it with a kick.
I think we're in for a good finish, Jeff.
Yeah, well, they're a great side, Southport. Don't write them off yet.
Certainly with that breeze at their backs in the last quarter. It's not substantial, but it's enough, and they'll come home with it in this last quarter.
Only 21 points in it still. Mark over the top from Headland, yes. Good work.
Very underrated performer, Craig Headland. Has really carved a niche in this QAFL competition in the last 3 seasons.
Oh, Brad Edwards, good mark over the top. Now leads in the chase of the ball. Ashkar's outrun him now. Has done well there. Good work. David Ashkar, the ball's run and beat them out over the boundary line.
Yeah, good work by the big fella too, Edwards. Ashkar's a lot quicker than him, but he kept at him and forced the ball out of bounds.
Boundary throw-in. Rewald for Southport in the front position. Knocks it down. No one there for Southport to take it away, and it's beaten them all over the boundary line again.
Boundary umpires will be tired today when they finish.
Yeah, it's a long way around those wings, Shane. I certainly wouldn't like to be running around there at the moment myself.
First couple of 4Xs won't touch the side, I don't reckon.
Rewald gets the big knock away from that throw-in. Again, Morningside come up with the ball. Southport small men unsighted there. Kruder, the big fella, gets a hand pass away. They're running away with it. Burke.
It's on in the pocket.
The fight started, but the play's continuing up here, and it's just gone out of bounds again in front of Fag. Small scuffle out there. We haven't seen much of that at all today. This grand final has been played very well, hard, nothing dirty, and it's been a very good game. No spite at all.
I think the Southport player's getting a little bit frustrated at the moment.
Boundary throw in. Morningside half forward line. Seed over the top, Headland rather. Oh, it might be around the neck, I reckon.
Yeah, this could be an important part of the game, this next couple of minutes of football, Bill. If Morningside can get a quick goal here and maybe even another one out of the centre bounce, put a lot of pressure on Southport.
Mansbridge over exuberant in the tackle. Mitchell Howe, long way out. He's looking for a couple of leads. He's a left footer. He's a long raking kick and a nice one. Right up into the goal square. Seed jumps and a good mark to Seed.
They must contest down there, the Morningside players. Even the little blokes, they can't let them go uncontested at this stage.
Seed feeds a handball out to Crutchfield. He's had a bit of trouble. Used his strength. Handballs at the toes of Enders. Picked up very cleanly. Runs onto his left foot. Gets the ball out onto the wing. Shane Hill goes for the ball. Simon Lennox in a bit of clear ground. Still under pressure. Gets a handball back out there to Brennan. He gets a left-handed hand pass out to Campbell Black, the youngster. Another handball. They're still under pressure, Southport. Onto the left foot goes Lennox and puts the ball up across the half-forward line. And David Ashkar, a very dangerous player, takes the mark out in front of the Morningside defence. He chips in short over onto that wicket area. Well done by Kruder. Knocks it down to Tim Elliott. He's been a solid defender, and he finds Patterson on the Clem James side. Patterson. He chips in short to the lead from Craig Edwards, who's been a serviceable player. He plays on. Another chip in short. They're making the loose man very well, these youngsters, and Simon Stewart takes the mark about 50 metres out, deep in the right-hand forward pocket for Morningside.
They're doing well, Morningside. They can't kick long because Southport number them back there.
They've got to go long this time. It's out to the edge of the square. Howe. Yes! What a strong mark. He looked good in the run, Howe. And the defenders there, Crutchfield, Mansbridge, Headland, they didn't do the right thing and spoil the ball and punch the ball away. Here it is on replay. Didn't quite get onto it, Stewart, but he put it in the right spot. That was important. And Crutchfield's tried the mark from behind. Crucial. And Howe, who's a deceptive mark for his size, has taken the mark. He'll punt for a goal from about 15 yards out on his left foot. And makes no mistake. And Morningside go along to 13-13-91 to Southport 9-10-64. And how many's he got, Jeff?
5 goals now, and he's really given them something this quarter down there. He's very deceptive with his marking. He's not a tall player as he stands, but boy, he gets those arms up and he's taking some very strong marks over the bigger players.
At 5'11", 6 foot, Mitchell Howard having a great game, leading the goal scoring in this match with 5. There's the scoreline, 13-30, 91, 9-10, 64. Ball back in the centre, somewhat some urgency now for the Sharks. Kruger and Seed. Kruger again, he's won a stack of those knockdowns in the centre. Burke streaming out of there, a long kick to the forward line. It's going over the top and it's misdirected. That was good play, Morningside.
They've dominated those centre bounces, Morningside. They've taken a lot away. Very important in this ground.
Ball to come back in. They've given it back to Crowley. Maybe we'll see one of those huge torpedoes here. Is it going to look for a lead? He's gone in short. Finds his target. Kick goes down towards centre wing. Rewald can't hold the mark. Bustled off the ball. Here comes Ashkar under a stack of pressure, and Morningside good pressure again.
He's really given them a bath down there, Edwards. He's kept Rewald right out of this.
Well, what a match this is. Morningside well on top at the moment. That's three-quarter time, and they lead 13-14, 92. The Southport Sharks 9-10, 64. Back to the Gabba in the 1991 QAFL 4X Grand Final. There's the scores at three-quarter time. Morningside well on top. They kicked 7 goals, 4. The Southport's 2 goals, 3 in that quarter. Mitchell Howe has 5 for Panthers. Darren Vickery has 4. Leading goal scorer for the Sharks is Craig Headland, who has 4. 28 points in front, Morningside at three-quarter time. Southport coach Gavin McGuan had quite a bit to say to the Sharks. Obviously asking for a big lift, but Jeff and Shane, quite a few of the big players, the big names in the Sharks, still aren't lifting, and the stats are quite alarming.
Oh, very much so. I think there's 60 kicks to 34 in favour of Morningside in that quarter, and that just showed their dominance. And
Mitchell Howe had 8 kicks that quarter, and Brad Patterson, Simon Stewart 7, and Michael Conway, although he was wasteful, had 8 kicks. Terrific quarter for them.
No, they gave them tremendous drive, and the Sharks look a bit ragged at the moment. They're falling down where I thought their strength would be, and that's their running players.
Morningside have struggled a little bit to score up this end right throughout the final series, so we'll see how they go up the hill towards the scoreboard into the breeze in this last quarter. Here we go, the championship quarter in the 1991 Grand Final. Who'll win? Centre bounce. Kruger gets the knock again for Morningside. To a good start. Ashkar. Southport go on the attack straight away. Ball goes up forward. Turning around, here's a chance. Ahmed. But right back in the square, defending for Morningside is Jeffrey.
Played a good game, Jeffrey. He hasn't missed too much down there.
Very kick, very cool. He's brought the ball back.
A bit unlucky there, Morningside. They were away very quickly.
Murray Bird officiating today's game. Ball in the hands of Jeffrey. Taylor on the mark. Jeffrey goes out. Similar position, goes longer. Seedy over the back. Can't mark. Looks like a Morningside mark. And he's paid it.
Brad Edwards, he's really controlled that centre-half back chain today.
Oh, he's been terrific. I don't think Marty King's made any more changes yet at three-quarter time. Still 2 fresh Roosters on the bench there.
No, well, they're going well enough at the moment. There's no need to make changes for the sake of them.
The directed kick. We've got the ball. Cotter out there. Edwards gets a chance again. Strong mark. Playing like winners at the moment, Morningside. Martin King. People still wary. A lot of time left in this quarter.
My word.
Ball out on the far side, on the far wing. Comes back inside. Kruger's by himself. Gets a nasty bounce, but still wins the chase for the ball. Gets a hurried kick in. Chipping in there for Southport is Enders. Goes up forward. Jeffrey. Leading Zane Taylor at the moment. Quick, a hurried kick. Patterson out here, gets the run. Has a panic to move in. Good shepherd by Jeffrey. Good shepherd by Jeffrey, takes Taylor out. Patterson a good kick.
No, he made a mistake there, though, I think, Shane. The front on Shepherd.
Too far away from the ball. He was about 15 yards behind, and it wasn't illegal, but just he was too far. And Zane's very experienced there, and he fell to the ground, and he's got the kick. Jeez, Morningside had the run there. Taylor centres the ball. Enders. Big hand pass over the top to Seedy. He'll have to do something quick. They're bearing down on him. Over the top, Cotter. Cotter falls over at the crucial stage. Gore. A bit no attempt.
Poor handball, though. Put him under pressure.
Dean Edwards runs it out wide to the far wing. Chase for the ball out there. Conway leads it over the line. And we'll have a boundary throw in on that Clem Jones stand side.
Interesting start so far.
Morningside 28 points in front.
Found with the 10. Kruger. He's been doing so well on the ruck today. Southport get the hand pass away, but it's out of bounds again. Jeff, how much is the tired legs going to play a part in this final quarter with both teams?
Oh, it's hard to say. You know, Morningside have had the extra game, but you know, Southport haven't had that competitive game. But a lot of it's up in the mind, and I think, gee, if I was out there leading by as much as Morningside, my legs would be feeling pretty good at the moment.
It's Martin King, he's very dry in the mouth at the moment.
Certainly be a big effort by Marty to get them up. He's worked very hard since taking over the job at Morningside, and be just reward to him.
Cotter punts the ball forward for Southport. Up they go, and Kruger too strong. He's really come into his own today, especially in the second half. He's a very, very strong mark. A little bit dangerous transferring across in front of goal, though. Ashkar's very quick, out to Taylor. Taylor using all his golf, feeds a hand pass back in short to Enders. Enders goes long towards goal, and it's just fading away towards the right. And one more point to Southport. That takes them along to 9:11.65, trailing Morningside 13:14.92, 5-minute mark of the last quarter.
And they've just got to keep working, Morningside. They can't sit back and, you know, try and save the game at this stage. They've got to keep running it.
Got to attack and try not to be too fancy. Do all the things that have got them to this stage so far, as we see Brendan Fagg go down this commentary side of the grid and drop punts the ball forward to where we're Howe. Crutchfield backing up. He dodges, he weaves. He twists, he turns, and the ball rolls over the boundary line and out of bounds before Brendan could keep it in.
Great pressure from the forwards at Morningside once again. I see young Elliott warming up down there on the bench for Morningside. It could be the first change coming up for them.
Yep. In front of the Sir Leslie Wilson stand. Valenta up high. Seed wins the knockout. Out towards Roman. Roman didn't have the football there, but it's play on. What have we got here? It's a free kick, I think.
Dean Edwards up there on the half-forward flank. Followed his man up, I think. Played a great game.
Yes, he has, young Dean. He's carved a niche for himself as a back pocket.
Here, see him, yeah, scores a soft free kick, but I guess it was there, but... No, the umpire's a bit closer than we are, but Crutchfield just seemed to just push him in the chest out of the way. He didn't grab hold of him.
Dean Edwards represented the schoolboys for Queensland in 1987 in Perth and then at the Teal Cup in 1988. He'll shoot from goal from about 40 metres, and he's made a very, very poor job of that, and it's just fallen in for a behind.
I guess he kicked like the old backman, as they say.
My word, he did. So 13-15 now Morningside to Southport 9-11. Crowley goes short and finds Brennan on his own. Brennan's a prodigious kick of the footy, feeds the ball out to Henry. Henry ducks and weaves and gets the ball forward out onto the wing, but all to no avail, and finds Michael Conway, who's been a sterling performer for the Panthers there today.
And he's given him a real lift when he went to the wing.
Shoots in short, a little bit too high there. Henry, been a good player. He goes long, down the centre of the ground, up before acceptances, both those two players. Fagg leads in the race for the ball. He fumbles. Picked up cleanly by Royce Enders, who's starting to come into the play. Cotter, he's been working like all day, punts the ball forward. Taylor brings the ball to the front, makes a good contest of it. Hill perhaps didn't go as hard as what he should have done there and kept the ball in front of him. He gets a chance to butter up and goes onto his left foot. And has he kept the ball in play? No, it's been a very educated kick for the boundary line. And we'll see the umpire throw the ball in front of the Sir Gordon Chalk building.
Yeah, the Southport players is not showing the same desperation as Morningside at the moment. And the coach, Kevin McGuinn, he'd have to be a worried boy at the moment.
Ball thrown in over there. High over the top is Crudery and fringed. It'll be a free kick, and it's going to Southport.
Yeah, they need a goal desperately, Bill, don't they?
This is might be the goal they need right here now. Ahmed, short pass over the top is good.
Two very tired sides at the moment.
Bartel, what can he do here? Looking for a lead. Headland's down there. Well checked, though. Bartel with the ball. Going long into the goal square. Zane Taylor's down there. Punched out by Hill. Patterson. Well done, Gore.
Great play, Gore.
Morningside had some more room to run up here on the wing. It's with Craig Edwards. Nobody's running at him from Southport. Kicks the ball long. Going to full forward. Two Southport players knock the ball away from victory. It's going to beat them all over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in about 15 metres around from the Morningside goal.
They ripped that away far too easily. Morningside will be, you know, slipping away from Southport at the moment. They're not used to being this far back so late in the game.
A lot of pressure on Morningside then, was there? Disturbing. Ball thrown in there now. Valenta high over the top. He's done that well today. Scrap of play. Taylor's down there now. Can't get it away. Here's a chance for Edwards. There's a snap for goal. On target though. Well, Morningside ever so dangerous around goals. Looking every post to winner, but just not on target at that time.
Yeah, we've been going about 10 minutes nearly, and Morningside are holding very well at the moment.
It's been very hot, Jeff. Both sides look a touch tired. The tempo's gone out of the game a little bit.
Yeah, I think it'll be very difficult for a side to kick a lot of goals in this last quarter.
Crowley, have a look at the kick. It's right to the centre of the ground. A big torpedo, but Morningside will take it away again through Michael Conway. Conway goes forward and finds Mitchell Howe.
What a game he's played for them. Certainly benefited from the experience last year. He and young Stewart and the other younger Morningside players, and they've really come to the fore this year in this grand final.
Howe's going to have a shot here. He's going to be kicking from about 50 out. It's not a long kick to the square. Who can mark? Oh, almost a Morningside mark. They didn't pay. Didn't hold it long enough. Can they still make something out of this? Edwards, Craig Edwards. Snapshot is off target.
Would have been a great goal because he flew for that mark and very nearly marked it and butted up again very quickly. And I think that's the key to the game at the moment. The Morningside players are recovering so much quicker than the Southport players.
Craig Edwards very laconic. He seems inspired at the moment.
Edwards having a great game, and so too is Mitchell Howe. They talk about Darren Vickery being a match winner for the Panthers. Well, Mitchell Howe's also throwing his hand in as well. Crowley will bring the ball back into play. Goes short this time. Gets the ball back. Now he'll have to go long. Up to the wing, but it's a misdirected kick. Patterson chips in. Could have picked the worst bloke in the world to kick to. Chapman. Chapman again within scoring range. It's a long kick. Gee, Morningside are threatening. No, Chapman's going to have the kick.
Goal here is certainly going to make it very difficult for Southport. Just about make it near impossible the way the game's going at the moment.
From 40. What can he do with it? It's curling around. Not quite enough, and it's knocked through. A little bit short. Another behind.
The wingmen of Morningside have been so important to their efforts so far today. Both Patterson and Conway since half-time. They've stayed on their wings and they've controlled the ball there beautifully.
There's the scoreline, 12-18-96 to 9-11-65. Gee, if Morningside had a kick straight, who knows what could have happened. It might have been all over by now. The ball comes back in. Crudo gets a knockaway. Good work.
Yeah, they're very desperate at the moment. They're travelling like winners, but still a long way to go. And that breeze has freshened a little bit there, Jeff. I'd say it's probably up to a 4-goal breeze now.
Yeah, the flags are sitting up fairly strongly now. So you can't write Southport off just yet.
Seed with good body strength gets the handball out there to Stevens. Stevens very strong. Botel, great hand pass, gets it across to Black. He's got good pace. Want to get rid of it fairly quickly, son. Nice handball back. Botel again. He feeds it on to Ashkar. They're looking dangerous, Southport. They get half a chance here. They'll make it dangerous. Ashkar shoots for goal. Across the face. And one more behind of the Southport score.
Gee, they've put them under pressure. They've made them kick around corners all day. Morningside defenders, and it makes it hard to kick goals when you've got to hook them back all the time.
That's right. Morningside lead 13-18-96. Southport 9-12-66. Nick Jeffrey, the custodian, about to put the ball back into play. He's taking his time. He goes long, comes along to the broadcast side of the ground. Patterson up. Oh, good mark, Patterson. Thought he'd gone too early, but it's read the ball very, very well. He kicks the ball down the line. Looking for Howe, who's been on top all day. He used his body very well. Ball comes to ground. Good handball out by Craig Edwards. Dean Edwards has been a terrific player for them all day. These youngsters have benefited from a season. Found Simon Stewart. Stewart across in front of goal. Really to no one in particular. Ball bounces loose. Oh, good play. Is that Conway?
Conway.
Shoot for goal. This is very, very close, but oh, look, it just fades across the front of goal there in the breeze, and one more behind the Morningside.
When you look at the players that figured. Look at the players that figured in that passage of play. You know, it's really been important. Edwards, Conway, Patterson.
Robert Elliott about to come onto the ground as Crowley punts the ball long down the centre. Straightest way home at this important stage for Southport. Shane Hill attacks the ball. Very intelligent football. Kicks it.
See Headland down in the middle of the ground too. That'll cost Southport if he can't continue.
Jones breaks clear. He's zigging and zagging out there for Southport. He puts a lovely torpedo punt down towards Crutchfield up forward now. Sport by Jeffrey. Crutchfield recovers very well. Gives a handball out to Mansbridge. He's dangerous in front of goal. Oh, he normally would have kicked those, Craig. He might be carrying a little bit of a leg.
Nothing going right for Southport at the moment.
And
It's not Headland, I'm sorry. I think it might be Botel down in the middle of the ground.
gee, they
Looks in a bit of trouble there.
could ill afford to lose Dean Botel. He's been a solid performer for them. Nick Jeffrey again, out to this broadcast or defensive side of the ground. He looks for Cruder, and he's found Cruder. Although I think there might be a free kick given to Crowley here because there was shepherding off the ball.
Yes, young Elliott just coming off the bench then interfered with Crowley, and we see young Chapman, their rover, going off the ground for a well-earned rest. He's worked very hard for them.
Crowley, a good kick of the footy. Oh, there he goes, long again with a great torpedo. But he's offline, and it's through for one behind to Southport, which takes them along to 9-14-68. Trailing Morningside 13-19-97 at the 14-minute mark of the last quarter of the 1991 QAFL Grand Final.
Young Chapman sitting on the bench looked pretty exhausted. He's worked very, very hard in those hot conditions out there, and he'd certainly be pretty happy with the position they're in at the moment.
Southport desperate at the moment. You can tense that. They're bombing away. They need everything now. The time's ticking away on them. Good mark out there by Edwards. Craig Edwards it is. Plays on quickly over the top. Elliott leads in the chase for the ball. Kicks it further along to Roman. Roman has a paddock to run in. He can play on here. Kicks the ball high and long into the goal square. Vickery. Oh, good mark.
This could be the ball game.
A mighty purchase on pigskin by Darren Vickery.
Now the value of getting that ball up there so quickly. Here it comes again. Roman coming in with the quick kick up to Vickery. Vickery got the set. He took a very strong mark for Morningside. This goal, I think, will just about wrap it up for him. I can't see Southport getting back into it.
There's the score, 14-19-103 to the Sharks, 9-14-68. The premiership might be heading out Esplanade Oval for the first time in 25 years. Centre bounce. Free kick's been given out of this, and it's going to Southport. Cotter. They need goals now. Time's running out for them. Goes long down the centre of the ground. Looking for Headland. Can't mark. Over the back. Fag. Here comes Ahmed. Can he do something for them? They need a spark. A snap for goal. Out of bounds on the full.
As you said, Jeff, nothing going right just at the moment. You invariably find that in finals. When you're down, nothing goes right.
Yeah, well, Morningside are keeping the pressure on, and that's making it difficult for Southport. They can sense they've got this grand final sewn up at the moment, I think, and they're not going to give it up. 26 years, a long time.
Jeffrey with the ball. Takes it back in and goes long over to the far wing. Coming up over the back for a good mark, though.
Dean Botel.
Dean Botel.
Yeah, he's recovered from that knock he had in the centre of the ground. It's good to see him get up and take that grab.
Southport. Just under 13 minutes to go in this grand final. The Sharks look a bit flat up on the forward line, not offering much. Fag takes it away quite easily. As a player out there, marks well. Up to the centre wing. 2 against 1. They should have won that contest, and they did. Seedy it is. Hand pass backwards. Chapman. Sorry.
Stevens.
Gee, Edwards has had a magnificent second half, Shane.
He's been solid.
Edwards goes wide, looking for Patterson. Patterson just waiting for the ball. Zane Taylor there. Quick kick in by Jeffrey. Here's a chance again. Hand pass back inside Cameron. Ashkar. Headland. They need something here. I've got to start. Taylor, can he spark something? He's been quiet today. Knocked away by Cruder at centre half forward. Another chance for Southport. Driving long, but there's no one down there for the Sharks. And the mark is taken by Tim Elliott, who plays on quickly to Edwards. Nope, over the top.
Just Cameron on the ground now for Morningside.
Cameron. Spiral torpedo punch straight down the mouth of Zane Taylor. The hand passes quickly to Crowley. Oh, put him under pressure. Got out of that one. Into the centre. Cotter. Oh, they're putting themselves under a stack of pressure, Southport. Morningside relishing that, and they've taken it away. Another chance. Mark out there again by Taylor.
Coming right up the ground, Morningside. They're that keen. They're forward. They're right up around the centre of the ground at the moment. They want this one.
Across this time, and finds his target. And passes off quickly to Jones. Jones goes long. Is this going to be a goal? No, they're bombed away, and it's through from behind. Desperation stakes now, Jeff.
Yeah, it's slipping away from Southport at the moment. I can't see them getting up from here.
Gavin McGuan be a very worried man at the moment.
I don't think he's given up hope. He's telling them to keep at it, keep at it. You never know what might happen. We go back down to 19 grand final here a couple of weeks ago as we see Ashkar see it over the line. Morningside under 19s, 28 points in front at the 18-minute mark, and Southport have won by 13, really stormed home in the last few minutes. It can happen. I think Morningside have got an iron grip on this game just at the moment, as we see Valento and Seed both wrestle to the ground. Comes out to Stewart. He misses what he should have taken. Jones has been busy. Gets the ball forward. Bit of a scramble with the footy. Ahmed farms a handball out to Campbell, back on his natural left foot. He's a lovely kick, this lad. Great pace. No one coming to meet him. Oh, I think he's handballed at point. No, it's a goal. It'll only count as 1 point, though.
Oh, he should have gone for goal then. They needed that one. If they're going to ever get back into this and have a chance, they had to kick a goal there.
A little bit inexperienced, young Black. He'll learn from this experience. He'll be a better player next season. Nice kick out by Jeffrey. He's kicked out quite well today. He found Gore. Gore's been a solid contributor as well, and he kicks wide. Oh, Taylor arriving late on the scene. 2 or 3 run in. The boys are going for fisticuffs. Cameron, he's been sitting on the bench all day. He's excited.
Sure, that's got to be 50 metres, Shane. He was very late things up,
Yes,
Taylor.
I think he was.
Is there any ploy in this, Jeff, late in the game that might be slipping away from the Sharks?
He's still down, young Elliott.
Yeah, he hasn't moved. Got the nasty one, right. Heavy bump.
Looks
Right
like it is
to the back.
50. I think umpire Bird's going to bring the mark back 50 metres. No, he's not.
And very fortunate there at Southport. The 50 metres there, we bring him into scoring range. And
Elliott elects to go long. Cross half forward for Morningside. Howe up the foot. Oh, nearly marked the footy. Comes to ground. Mansbridge in first. Out to Brennan. Brennan goes long with the left foot. Off the side of the boot. Fag leading. Oh, drops what he should have taken. Under pressure, though. Keeps the ball in front of him. Very solid. Picked up now by Black. Willie, he's got clear now. He should get onto his left foot using his pace. Good kick into the forward line. And Nick Jeffrey's there, the ever reliable. My word, he's been a staunch defender for them today.
yeah, 50-metre penalty against Royce Enders. Bit of frustration really starting to creep in now for the Southport players. They can feel that this 1991 premiership slipping right away from them now.
20 minutes into the last quarter and Morningside have a handy lead. 14-19, 103 to Southport 9-16-70. Nick Jeffrey, all 6'4" of him. I remember he played full forward in the Teal Cup in Adelaide with Stephen Lawrence in 1986, Jeff.
Yeah, he's been a good player with Morningside right through. He's come up through the juniors.
Ball comes out. There's another free kick being given there. I think this one might go to Southport. Mark Billings to take is the recipient. He transfers the ball out towards Sir Leslie Wilson stand. Jeff Brennan's away. Gets his kick in. Nice left foot drop punt up towards Fag. He didn't quite get his hand on it. That was Headland over the top. Dean Edwards again. Gets the ball forward. Brennan. Patterson. Good pick up. Gets his kick in. There's Howe. Howe goes onto his left foot. He's tricked them. Goes for goal. Goes long. It's in a dangerous spot for Southport. Well done by Crowley. Very, very experienced defender, and he forces the ball through it for a behind.
Yeah, terrific effort by Crowley. He's really tried hard in this second half to lift his team, but they haven't been able to get the game going at any stage. And well, Morningside, full credit for them. They played a marvellous game today.
They need a cool head down there in defence, and that's exactly what Craig Valley provided just then. Goes the long torpedo punt, kick out again. Ashkar, oh, should have marked that one. Couldn't hold it. Patterson. Emil Roman left it for his teammate. Here's a chance. Oh, just offline. Craig Edwards. That would definitely have been the premiership.
He's missed a few shots at goal. I think the eyes really widened up there, Jeff.
Yeah, my word, there was 3 or 4 of them. Could have got to the end of that one, actually. They were all by themselves, and he's normally such a reliable kick, Craig, but still they're getting possession, and while they're doing that, Southport won't get into this game.
Here's the scoreline, 14-21, 105. 9-16-70. Huge kick in again. Over the back. Headland misses it. Hill does as well. Morningside are going to run it away. Cameron. Out to the far wing. Burke. Runs it across. Morningside a chance to attack again. Well, that was poor checking down there. There was absolutely no pressure applied by the Southport defence.
Yeah, I don't think Southport can win from here somehow. It's only, what, 7.5 minutes to go, and Morningside are just doing everything right at the moment.
Mitchell Howe, he's kicked 5 already. He's a fair way out, but having a go for number 6. And I think it's offline and through for 1 behind.
They really have dominated this second half, Shane. It's very important.
Yes, they've been very, very strong.
7 minutes remaining in this final quarter. As the ball comes back up the middle of the ground. Good mark by Gore. Wasn't paid. Over the back. Kruger turns it around the corner. Who's there for Morningside? Nobody. Knocked over the back. Snapshot for goal by Stewart. Oh. Waiting on the bounce. It could have gone either way there, but it's gone through for another behind, the 23rd for Morningside. So one might have wondered what that scoreline would read like if they had a kick straight.
They've peppered away in this last quarter. They've really held sway in this last quarter, and it looks like they're going to run out deserving winners. I can hear the crowd starting to sing now, and I think I heard a few champagne corks pop a moment ago, Bill.
Shades of VFL Park yesterday. Hawthorn running away with it as the Southport. Cotter has the ball, driving long. Headland can't mark. Morningside defence ever on top. Patterson out wide. He's got room to move. Kicks it in short. Well, there's nobody down there for Southport. Easy mark taken by Edwards. He plays on into the square. Good mark.
Well, they're toying with them now. They're just chipping it around as they please, and well, full marked, and they've had a fantastic game. And Southport were favourites beforehand, and there we go. Edward chipping in. He was a little undecided what to do. And Cameron, who's been on the ground for the last half of this quarter, took a good strong mark, and I think he'll have no trouble popping this through from there.
Morningside have had a big monkey on their back, more like a gorilla over the years, but it looks like they're going to shed the monkey today. Cameron kicks the goal, and Morningside go further in front.
15-23, 1-1-3, 9-16-70. Morningside are about to win their first premiership in 26 years. Kruder at the centre bounce. 6 minutes remaining. The ball goes forward for Southport, but it's too late now. Fag runs it away for the Panthers. Conway had a great game today. Chips in short. Any one of the players could take it there, and they've raffled it. Valenta on the bench with Martin King. No celebrating just yet, but that'll happen pretty shortly.
They'd be feeling pretty happy at the moment, I think, Bill.
I bet they would. They're sick of the bridesmaid tag, so they're going to finally shed it today. And there's a huge bomb in the middle of the ground. Gore couldn't mark. Kruder right neither. Burke working hard. Might get the free kick there.
And they're still getting in hard for the ball, and it's been the secret all day. They've got in first all day, and they've just stifled Southport's run.
Morningside have been very good. They've obviously had the game won, but they've just been workmanlike and kept at it for the full 4 quarters.
Still plenty of work going in down there for the Southport Sharks in defence. They haven't done a lot today. Morningside peppering away again. It's relentless this afternoon, the Sharks. And good mark taken in defence by John Henry for the Sharks.
Oh, gee, Conway's played well. He's going to die of leather poison.
His second half's been super. He had trouble on Headland early on. They shifted him to a wing, and he's just taken everything.
Well, Southport, the head must have dropped here because no one contested that one. Then Elliott took an easy mark in defence for the Panthers. Patterson's had another big game. Been another star for the Panthers today, shepherded by Brad Edwards. Gee, that's the quick kick. Jeffrey.
Very close to best in the ground. Patterson has played a terrific game.
Ball back in the centre of the ground. Gore, he's been busy as well. Morningside have the numbers. Gore going in hard, getting a quick kick. There's Mitchell Howe. Morningside. Southport come away, leading the chase. It's close to the boundary line. Oh, there's Burke tips in. Quick kick, looking for Vickery. He's marked. Vickery's going to play on. Handball's over the top. There's the 1991 premiership. It's going to go to Morningside. Great goal.
This young Elliott come off the bench. He's had a good last quarter for him. Terrific team play from Vickery there, and I think that epitomises the Morningside effort all day today. They've worked very hard as a team. They've done the tough things, the shepherding and the knock-ons, and really made it easy for their teammates, and it's really worked for them, and they're just running away with this grand final.
Yeah, full credit to Marty King. They've really got this side going well. They've benefited from the experience of last year. A lot of these players played in the finals last year, and they're youngsters. There's a lot of young talent, 18, 19-year-olds. He's really brought them up well. As we see Don Edwards put the ball down again. Kruder too good, goes to Cotter. He gets a quick kick forward for Southport. Jeffrey leads in the race into the ball. He's been a terrific defender for them. Young Robert Elliott. He tumbles the ball forward and rolls a real educated kick out in front of Conway. Conway keeps the ball in, and now it rolls out of bounds. As we see Marty King, still no show of emotion.
He won't smile, will he?
It's a bit like Alan Joyce yesterday. I think he knows the camera's on him too, but he'll be very, very excited tonight for the Panthers. Kruder has been a dominant force in the ruck. taps the ball forward and it rolls out of bounds on the Stanley Street side of the ground.
Now only 3.5 minutes to go. I'm sure he won't be able to wipe the smile off his face, Marty King, tonight. He'll be a very proud man.
Like the cat with all the cream, as we see Seed get the ball down. He hasn't given up all day. He's been a good contester. Burke, solid performer, across to Gore. Gore out to Elliott, and he'll just let the ball trickle out and let the clock tick down. There's Maguire. He's been a fantastic coach for Southport. 2 premierships in a row, and he's going to taste defeat today, unfortunately. Kruder gets the ball forward to Elliott. Elliott's been busy since he come on, knocks the ball along. Finds Howe again, who's been a magnificent performer, runs onto his right foot, punts the ball forward. Stewart didn't quite run at it very hard, but he's got it now, snaps onto his left foot, and what's he done? He's kicked another one, Simon Stewart. Great goal. That's his 4th. Key players for them. Vickery's kicked 5, and Howe 5. Stewart 4. All these young fellows that have been brought through the club. It's great to see. And there's another goal.
Yeah, the young blokes have been just tremendous for Morningside today. They've just shown their maturity carrying on from last year, and terrific effort. See the Morningside reserves players up there, they'd be very disappointed because there's one they thought they were certainly to win that, but struggled. But their seniors out here now, they've really running right away with this 1991 grand final.
There's the score, 17-23, 125, 9-16, 70. Southport, one last roll of the dice. Going forward. But it's all Morningside again. Fagg leads the chase for the ball. Headland's trying, can't catch him. Hill over the back. It's all too easy. Jeffrey runs it away. Out to the far wing. Morningside doing as they please as the clock counts down. Just over 2 minutes remaining in this grand final. Congestion of play.
Yes, the stings have certainly gone out of it now, Bill. The Morningside obviously know they're home and host. Southport know they've just got to see out time now and then taste defeat for the 3rd time this year. But after winning the last 2 grand finals, it's going to be a bitter pill for them to swallow.
Haven't given up yet, the Sharks. They're going long. Crutchfield takes a good mark.
Hasn't stopped trying, Crutchfield. He's did well at centre half back, and they've obviously shifted him down the forward line this quarter to try and get a lift because they've broken down badly up there.
Crutchfield to shoot from goal. Shoot from about 37 metres out. He's been known as a defender, so we'll see how he goes this time when as we see on replay. It's a nice strong mark playing in front. He kicks for goal. Wait on the goal umpire. Royce Edners is clapping, but he was only trying to fool the goal umpire. That's another behind. And Southport still trail Morningside. A couple of minutes to go in the grand final. Out to Dean Edwards.
I've been a bit disappointed in Southport this last quarter. They just haven't manned up all quarter and allowed Morningside to run all day.
A good strong bump there by Crowley on Patterson.
Yeah, I don't think he'll feel it too much when he remembers what the score is in a moment. He's going to be feeling pretty happy with himself, Brad Patterson. He's had a terrific game for them. He's given them an enormous drive off the wing. He'd have to have had 25, 30 possessions, and he's just controlled his wing all day.
Been a real bonus for them. Didn't play a lot of the games early in the year. He was busy with working out of town and started playing for the side late in the season. He finds Cameron, and they're really just chipping the ball around now, retaining possession. Huge contingent of Morningside supporters on the dog track getting ready to invade the oval. Cameron goes along with a fantastic torpedo long into the square. Big pack set themselves. Vickery fails to mark. Edwards at the crumbs, gets the handball out to Gore. Gore handballs on, finds Robbie Elliott. He kicks his second after coming off the bench.
A big smile from Marty King. He's finally cracked one. Oh, he'll be a happy coach. Very happy coach at the moment in Morningside boys.
Took over towards the end of last season from Bob Ketty. And he's done a marvellous job unifying the club. As a matter of fact, he works full-time at the club now. And, you know, he's really reaping the rewards as we see goal umpire Butler signal another goal for the Morningside team.
He's been a real live wire, young Elliott, since he's come on the ground showing. He's had about 6 or 7 kicks. He's kicked a couple of goals, and he's just run right.
He's really provided some valuable run for them.
Well, not much time now. We'll have enough for a set bounce. There's only about 20 seconds remaining. It's in the bag for Morningside. Burke kicks off the ground. Howe has been dominant all day. A long kick into the forward line. Morningside still want another goal before the siren. They might get it. Vickery. Strong mark in front. They have to kick this one after the siren. Here he goes. What's he done with it?
I don't think he's too worried, Bill.
He missed that one, but who cares? It's been a long time coming for Morningside, 26 years. And they finally won their second premiership ever. 1965, the last time they won it. Today, they can save a victory, 1991. Fantastic effort over Southport, who've dominated this competition since coming in 1983. The same year, they won their first premiership. They beat Morningside. Now Morningside have sweet revenge. Martin King, congratulations there for him. He'd be very happy. He wasn't feeling any pressure going into this grand final. He said everyone was saying Morningside were bridesmaids. He wasn't feeling the pressure. Savouring this moment. There'll be plenty of celebrations out at Esplanade tonight, I can tell you.
Yes, it was a tremendous effort by Morningside. It was probably the first half was very even with both Southport and the Panthers. It was a fairly scrappy first half, but in the second half we saw the Morningside players really open the game up, and the running players just really did dominate. And I think that was an important factor in the game, where Southport normally with the Ashcars and Mainsbridge and this type of Cotter, these types of players dominate the game. Morningside rather nullify them and get control of the ball on the ground. They've just run away with it.
Morningside, 5 goals, 10 in the last quarter. They really were comprehensive going up into the breeze, and Southport could only manage 7 points.
That's the scene here at the Gabba. Morningside, 1991 QAFL Premiers, a 61-point win. Final scoreline, Morningside 18-24-132, Southport 9-17-71. There's the final scoreline, 18-24-132, Morningside, Southport 9-17-97. Southport held goalless in the final term, so a comprehensive victory there to the Morningside Panthers by 61 points. They led at quarter time by 7 points. Half-time, Southport came back and led by 3 points, but the Morningside Panthers just went on with it in the second half. At three-quarter time, they led by 28 points. Their running brigade just too dominant. They ran out winners, as I said, by 61 points. Here's some of the celebration scenes from the Gabba, and the Joe Grant Memorial Medal has just been awarded, the best on ground in a grand final, to Mitchell Howe from Morningside. Kicked 5 goals, had a dominant day for the Panthers. Darren Vickery kicked 6, while for the Southport, Stewart kicked 4 and Headland also kicked 4. It's been a memorable grand final. A 26-year drought has been ended for Morningside. They've finally won a premiership. That's all we have from you here at the Gabba. Hope you enjoyed the telecast today. Until next time, a very good afternoon.